Hello everyone out there in internet land. Today we are going to talk about commas. I have broken down commas into 4 rules. This slideshow will be covering the first rule, which is how to punctuate compound sentences. A compound sentence, if you don't remember, is just when we have 2 main clauses and we put them together in one sentence. If you don't remember what a main clause is, it means a complete sentence. It's an independent clause, so it contains a subject, a verb, and expresses a complete idea. So one example that I've given you here says, I like the forest. I being the subject, like being the verb, the entire sentence expresses a complete idea. Well, this particular comma rule says that when we have 2 main clauses and we put them in the same sentence together, we're going to use a comma and a fanboys to splice those 2 clauses together. A fanboys is just an acronym to remember what the coordinating conjunctions are. For and nor, but, or, yet, so. So let's take a look at an example here. I have never seen Bigfoot, but I believe he is real. So what I do when I start to look at a sentence like this is I ask myself whether or not there are 2 main clauses. So looking at the very first part of the sentence, I have never seen Bigfoot, is this a main clause? Yes, it has a subject. Yes, it has a verb. Yes, it expresses a complete idea. Yes, it is a main clause. Let's look at the back half of the sentence. I believe he is real. This is also a main clause. We have a subject, we have a verb, and expresses a complete idea. So because we have 2 main clauses and we're putting them in the same sentence, we put them together with a comma and a fanboy. Be sure that when you put the comma and the fanboy, that you do it in that order as well. If you did the fanboy before the comma, it would actually be punctuated incorrectly. Here's another example. Bigfoot likes to camp, and he also likes campers, not a Bigfoot. Bigfoot likes to camp. Is this a main clause? Yes, it is, in fact. It has a subject, a verb, and it expresses a complete idea. Let's look at the back half of that sentence. He also likes campers. Again, yes, this is a main clause. We put a comma and a fanboy between them. So now here's one for you to try. In the late 1950s, Bigfoot got some bad publicity. He went into hiding. So the first thing that I would do is I would check for main clauses here. In the late 1950s, Bigfoot got some bad publicity. That is one main clause in the sentence. But do we have another one? And in fact we do. He went into hiding is another main clause. So because we have 2 fanboys here in the same sentence, this is actually not punctuated correctly. We have to decide what fanboys we can put between the 2 of them. And so here I have chosen to use so. In the late 1950s, Bigfoot got some bad publicity, comma, so he went into hiding. Don't forget that comma there. Here's one for you to try. Bigfoot only has 1 big foot. His cousin Big Feet has 2. So again, I would look for the main clauses, decide where those main clauses begin and end, and a comma and a fanboy. But be aware, some sentences may have fanboys but do not contain 2 main clauses. In that case, do not put a comma before the fanboys. So here's an example. Bigfoot likes tacos but hates hot sauce. Bigfoot likes tacos is a main clause. However, hates hot sauce, not a main clause. It doesn't work because there's no subject there. So we do not want to separate it with a comma, even though it contains that fanboy but, right? So Bigfoot likes tacos but hates hot sauce stays just that way with no comma at all. Here's another one for you to try. Bigfoot enjoys scaring campers, for he is a bit of a prankster. So first determine whether or not we have main clauses. Do we have a fanboy, and if we need to put a comma. And in fact, Bigfoot enjoys scaring campers, comma, for he is a bit of a prankster is punctuated correctly. Here's another one. He recently joined Match.com because he hopes to find a girlfriend. This one is a bit tricky. He recently joined Match.com because he hopes to find a girlfriend is already punctuated correctly. Because is one of those words that feels like a conjunction, so oftentimes students will put a comma before because, when in fact you shouldn't do that here. So this sentence is going to stay just the way it is. Here's another one. He enjoys long walks through darkened forests and rattling campers' tents at night. And again, I hope you got this right. He enjoys long walks through darkened forests and rattling campers' tents at night. We do not put a comma before that fanboy because rattling campers' tents at night is not a main clause. It can't stand by itself, so it must be connected to the first half of this sentence. We don't want to separate it by putting a comma here before that and. It'll stay just that way. So are you getting the hang of this? We got one more to do. Bigfoot eats a lot of roasted marshmallows, but sometimes he forgets to take the wire hanger out of the marshmallow. Oh, that Bigfoot, he's naughty. But let's look at this sentence. Again, make sure we have two main clauses. If we do, decide if we need to add a fanboy and a comma. And if you were paying attention, Bigfoot eats a lot of roasted marshmallows, comma, but sometimes he forgets to take the wire hanger out of the marshmallow. This is punctuated correctly, so that would be the correct version of that sentence. So this is all I have for you with regard to this rule. Do not be overwhelmed by commas. There are many, many rules to commas, but if we break them down in just 4 different parts, I believe that you'll be able to get it very fluidly. So remember to check out the other videos. There will be 3 more to follow, and maybe some more Bigfoot as well.